A long back I'm meeting you in this video. Already your physics teacher told about the physics. I'm going to explain in this video as a chemistry. So due to the COVID-19, all are staying at home. Stay home, stay safe. Especially for our 10th standard children, study at home. Our board exam is nearing. So I'm saying about the blueprint of chemistry. Okay? Science. We have 4 parts. One is choose, another one is 2-mark question, and third part is a 4-mark question, and the fourth part is a 7-mark question. In the choose, you will get a 12 after 12 mark. How you can get a 12 after 12 mark is, you can put a hard work or reading a book back question plus as well as more to know questions. You will just learn all the more to know in the book inside question plus book back question. If you learn these 2 questions, you can get 12 after 12. Please just put a hard work. This is a time you should put a hard work and dedication for this subject. Okay, only 75 marks is in our hand. And second part is a 2-mark question. In this 2-mark question, you will get a compulsory question, that is question number 22. In this question, it's very easy because only the compulsory question is based on science 1. Science 1 means physics, chemistry. They are not asking from biology. So that is our plus point. So we can put the effort on physics and chemistry. Next we are going to see the part 3. Answer the following question. Out of 10 questions, we are answer to only 7. No subdivision will be carried out for physics only you should write, or chemistry only you should write, or biology on this question. No subdivision will be takes place. You can write any 7 question out of 10. Okay, in this also you will get the 32 as a compulsory question, and you remember the question number is 22 and question number is 32. These 2 questions is based on only science 1 and repeating physics and chemistry alone they are asking. Okay, and the part 4, the important thing is the part 4 we can score more marks to the part 4 question, answer in detail. Then this detailed question answer we have a subtopics, that is physics, chemistry and biology. Physics, you will have a 33rd question, you will have an option. Physics option is physics, chemistry option is chemistry, and biology option is biology. You should not supposed to write 2 physics questions or 2 chemistry questions, something like that. Only physics option, physics. 33A or B. Remember that you know only A option or B option. And in chemistry, the same way, 34th question, A option or B option. And in biology question, A or B. So read the question correctly. The options will be given in a different format. A subdivision 1, 2 and all they are giving up. So physics option is physics, that remember, or chemistry option is chemistry, that remember and do it. You will get 7 marks in each question. So 21 marks you are carrying out. Now we are going to see about the chemistry. We will have totally 5 lessons in chemistry. The first lesson is atoms and molecules. Atoms and molecules is very important lesson. We have many subdivisions of that, and problem sums also there in the atoms and molecule lesson. The values, Avogadro number values, and mole concept, and number of moles, and gram. These problems all based on the book back questions. Please go through all these problems, and values I already wrote and put in the classrooms. Oxygen value, hydrogen value, nitrogen, aluminum, hydrogen, all the values. If you follow this value only, we can able to work all these problems. And next one is 7-mark question. Definitely in this lesson they are asking one detailed answers. Inside the textbook, Martin gave you the vapor density, relation between vapor density and relative molecular mass, and Avogadro law, and modern atomic theory. All these important 7-mark question I already gave you with the classes. Please learn all these things. Okay. And the next lesson is periodic classification of elements. Periodic classification of elements, you will have a Mendel's periodic table. How many groups are there? How many periods are there? There are many things are there. Just go through what are the groups are there. 16th group, what is a family? Halogen family and chalogen family. What is called as noble gases? Actinides and lactinides and all. You learn what from which elements to which elements you are having. And the next is iron, copper, aluminum. Only 3 compounds are there in this lesson. One is iron, that is Fe. Another one is copper, that is Cu. Another one is aluminum, that is Al. See, Fe is a iron. You should be prepare of the formula as well as ore and its name also you should thorough. Okay. From the ore only we are extracting iron, from the ore only we are extracting copper, from the ore only we are extracting aluminum. All these things you should remember. First the name and the formula, ore formula, how it is extracting from the ore. Many processes are there, from that we are extracting. So learn all these processes in your textbooks. Hot question. In this lesson we will have many hot questions are there. Please overcome all the hot questions and work it out. Now we are going to see about the solution lesson. In the chemistry, solution lesson is very easy lesson. We should only remember the points, what is meant by solute, what is meant by solvent and what is meant by solution. Based on this we will have three problem sums and which is what is meant by solubility and mass of percentage and volume percentage. This formula is very important. Mass of solute divided by mass of solvent into 100. And this is volume percentage is mass of solute divided by mass of solution. Children, kindly remember what is meant by mass of solution. Solution is a solute plus solvent is called as a solution. Okay. If you have sometimes they are twisting and asking the question, sometimes they will be asking the solution alone. We should separate the solution. What is meant by solution and what is meant by solvent and what mean by solute. All these you should separate and substitute into the formulas. Okay. And here you will also having a deliquescent and hygroscopic substances. The difference between and problem sums is very important in this topic. Very easy problem sums are there. Please work it out all the book back problem sums. Very easy lesson. Okay. Next we are going to see about the types of chemical reaction. In this lesson we have the difference between what is difference between a soap and detergent, difference between acid and base. So many questions are there. The difference between question you should remember, it is a very important question. And next we are going to the pH and pOH formula. Many times they are continuously asking the 2-mark question as what is meant by pH and pOH as well as the derivation part also they are asking. So please always work it out these two problems. Next we are going to see about the types of reaction. There are 5 types of reactions are there in the lesson. One is decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, combination reaction, reversible reaction and irreversible reaction. Only displacement reaction have 2 types. One is single displacement reaction and double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction have 2 types, that is precipitation and neutralization. Repeating question they are asking what is meant by double displacement reaction and what are the types of double displacement reaction and the reaction examples and all they are asking. Please try to work it out all these and write the reactions everything, work it out the reaction and balance the reaction, write the catalyst, write the reactant properly and product properly. In this chemistry, you are not able to, with the textbooks alone, we can sit and learn, it's not useful. You should regularize, put sums, many problem sums are there, like maths you have to work daily. Okay. And the last lesson is carbon and its compound. Children may think it is a vast lesson, not able to prepare. No, it's a very easy lesson if you understand. This is the easiest lesson in chemistry. First is a saturated and unsaturated compound. Try to learn what is meant by saturated compound, unsaturated compound and examples of all these compounds. And second one is carboxylic heterocyclic compound. Carbocyclic and heterocyclic. The structure of carbocyclic compounds and structure of heterocyclic compounds are there given in your textbook. Learn all these things with the formula. The structure you should write it out. Where should become a single bond, where should be a double bond, and all these things. Where we have to put C, where we have to put H. All these things you should remember. You write and see many times in your note. Then only you can able to remember these structure in your mind. And very 3 important thing is alkane compound, alkene compound, and alkyne compound. Alkane, single bond compound, alkene double bond compound and alkyne is a triple bond compound. Alkane, I already told a small hint in it, A. In these 3 compounds, A, E, Y is the difference, isn't it? A is the first alphabet, that is what we are representing as a single bond. E. After A we are getting E, so we should put a double bond. After E the last alphabet is Y, that is triple bond. Okay, so A N E, Y N E, that is single bond, double bond and triple bond. And now we are going to see about the functional groups. There are four functional groups are there. One is alcohol, acid, aldehyde and ketone. Alcohol functional group is bond OH. Acid functional group is COOH. Aldehyde functional group is bond CHO. And ketone functional group is C double bond O. So I already told you acid, if you remember only acid, you will get two oxygen, that is COOH. So always remember acid, you will get COOH. So aldehyde, all C one will be there, H one will be there, oxygen one will be there. So aldehyde, all the compound will be there, each one CHO. So these two compounds you can able to understand very easily. Key, the key we are putting in the door, so that you remember CO. First we are going and C to enter into the O. So ketone is a C double bond O. For children I am saying this clue for it: acid, aldehyde and ketone. Obviously you can remember alcohol is OH. Okay. Next in this lesson is important topic is IUPAC and common name. You have a root, prefix, suffix and function groups are there. How to recognize one compound and the name of the compound will be there in the textbook. Study all these things. IUPAC name, in one compound you have to know about the IUPAC name as well as common name. So how you should recognize the IUPAC name? Sometimes they will be asking the question, they will be giving the IUPAC name, I want to write the common name. Otherwise they will be giving the common name and you should write the IUPAC name. In this lesson also you will get definitely a 7-mark question, and sometimes they are asking the problem what A, B, C, D problem sums. A organ, this is the molecular formula of this, and it reacts to the oxygen or it reacts to the water, you are getting the compound B, and the compound B is reacting to the if you are heating or something like that, then you are getting a C compound. So this type of questions are there in this lesson. What is mean by A, what is mean by B, C and D. They are known to write the reaction also. In this lesson, esterification reaction is very important reaction. Learn that esterification reaction. What is mean by esterification? What are the compounds are there in esterification? What are the catalysts are there in esterification reaction? Please read all these things in the last lesson. So this is a vast lesson. You should put a more effort because it is always a chemical reactions are there, chemical compounds are there in this lesson. So put a more effort in this last lesson. And very easy lesson is our solution lesson. Just go through the solution lesson. We are expecting 5-mark question from the two lessons. One is atoms and molecules and then carbon and compounds. Now we are going to see about the biology. Biology is botany as well as zoology and computer science. This is the first year they are introducing the computer science as a one lesson, and in computer science lesson they might ask a 1-mark as well as 2-mark question. If they ask 1 or 2-mark question, you can get at least 3 marks or 2 marks from this computer science lesson. 23rd is a computer science lesson. This is very easy lesson. Only 5 2 marks and 5 1 marks will be there in this lesson. All the revision exams and all, they never asked even 1 of 4-mark or 7-mark question. So only we are expecting 1 mark and 2 mark question from the computer science lesson. And biology 12 to 22 lessons are there. So biology itself, it's named as a diagram. How physics and chemistry is named for the problems, you should take more effort on the diagrams. Many diagrams are there in the first or second page of the textbook, guide or textbook. So refer all the diagrams. At least remember only 4 parts in each diagrams. At least I am saying. The slow learners, please learn at least 4 parts in here. Correct spelling you should write. Okay. Now we are going to see about the lesson wise topic. Okay. First is 12th lesson is a plant anatomy and plant physiology. That is botany. It's a pure botany lesson. We are expecting from this botany lesson we can get any 7-mark or 4-mark questions. First is the difference between. There are a lot of difference between in this lesson. In this lesson itself they might ask the differentiate the following. Many questions are there in the differentiated following. Please remember all these things and learn what are the difference between. At least 3 points from the each difference between. So if they ask a question, even it is a 2-mark question, prepare 3 topics. What is this? What are the difference of both? What is called and what is called example, and any reactions or any animal name or any plant name if you want to give, you can give in this differentiate mechanism. And hot questions. That is thinking skill questions you will have in the biology. Please note this hot question. This hot question is also very important in this plant anatomy and plant physiology. And in this lesson also we will have a light dependent and light independent reaction. What is mean by light independent and what is mean by light independent? All both you should have a notes in it. Write 5 points about what is mean by light dependent. After light dependent, what is happenings and what is mean by light independent reaction. All these things are very important in this plant anatomy and plant physiology. Now we are going to see about the next lesson is structural organization of animal. It is purely zoology. So full of animals we are going to learn. So human sometimes be called as a animal, and first is a rabbit and second one is a leech. Only two topics will be there. One is we are learning about fully of rabbit. Rabbit's a reproduction system, how the male reproductive system and female reproductive system of rabbit, what is the structure of rabbit, what is the kidney part and heart part of rabbit. Inside the rabbit, how it is a heterodont or how the teeth is made of, whether it is insidious, canines, premolar or molar, like that. And the same way leech, how the leech locomotion takes place, how many segments are there in the leech, and how it is be grabbing into the soil, how it is moving from one place to another place. All these things are remembered into the leech lesson. So only two topics are there, and rabbit as well as leech. Many 2 mark questions are regularly asking into the rabbit and leech lesson. While I am taking the lesson itself, I am telling to the children a rabbit lesson. Easily they can able to understand structural organization of animals order. I already told you only rabbit lesson or leech lesson. They might to understand all these things. So reproductive system and all, you can make a diagram and make the parts at least 4. More than that, good learners, you can practice all the parts. Only slow learners can learn only 4 parts with the correct spelling. The diagram, it should be in a correct form. So diagrams, while seeing itself, you are not able to understand the diagram. You have to sit and draw the diagram. Okay. Next, 14th lesson is transpiration in plants and animals. This is biology because plants and animals, both the topics are included. So this topic is a biology topic. It's not a purely botany and purely zoology. Transpiration in plants, how the plants are transpiring. For example, with the helium and folium, how the food is transporting from one place to another place, how water is transporting from one place to another place. All these things are in the diagram, as well as you have to work it out how it is transporting in plants. Human heart. The structure of human heart is there in the textbook. Refer the textbook and draw. The structure of the human heart, you have the valves. I already told in the classes, arteries, veins. Left artery, left vein, right artery, right vein, oxygenation blood, deoxygenation blood, how it is pumping, section, everything I explained it during the class. So read the heart diagram as well as the important things, valves, which is be carried the oxygenation blood and which is carrying the deoxygenation blood from the lungs to the all parts of the body, from the body to the all parts of the lungs, and all these things you should remember. And another one is important in our heart is a sound. We will be hearing a loud tap sound. How it is making that sound? That question is very important. So learn that question. And the blood group. So we have numbers of blood groups O, B, AB, positive, negative, certain types of blood group. And blood pressure. What is mean by BP? That is blood pressure. If the blood is circulating into the body. So all these things you remember into the transpiration in plants